Okay, that's wonderful. So I have my own, what I can say, the same Power BI what we had actually worked yesterday. And before going ahead, I just want to ask you again that do you have any other questions, from the previous class? Guys, do you have any questions from the previous class? I'm waiting for your reply, guys. Any questions? Ashwini?
Nothing from my side.
Okay.
But
Akash?
one more thing, Sangmis,
Yes.
I've checked that option, and by going to the security that particular tab,
Yes.
I
Yes.
already chosen that use the map setting or all these things. But
Ashwini.
again, the last.
Yes, yes, I understand it. So please make sure what we can do is we can use two things. Number one is whenever you click on it, okay, so you have to restart your Power BI. Please make sure this on this on this particular head. Number one.
Okay.
Number two is if it is not going to appear, then what I will do is ping me on WhatsApp. Okay, I think we have a dedicated group for Power BI, right? Power BI training. So I'm there to address you there as well. So I will personally have a look on that. Maybe there might be some other settings as well which I'm not aware of. Okay, due to which there might be some issue, something like that. Okay,
Oh,
but
thank you.
ideally you need to get lasso. Okay, in the options. Okay, so let's look into this later. Okay, so what I was actually saying is, do you have any other questions? Amol, Praveen, okay, Rathod, Khemandas, Nitin, Praveen, Suneet, Vivek.
संगमेश सर,
Yes, yes, Vivek.
राठौड़ हियर।
Yes, Rathod.
एक्चुअली मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी आपसे पूछा था
जी बताइए।
कि मुझे मैक्रो इनेबल फाइल अपलोड नहीं हो पा रही है। मैक्रो इनेबल जो फाइल है, मैक्रो इनेबल फाइल अगर हमें अपलोड करना है तो किस तरीके से हम अपलोड करेंगे?
आप एक चीज ऐसा कर सकते हैं राठौड़ जी, आप उस पर्टिकुलर फाइल को आप अगर SLSX जो एक्सेल फाइल है उसमें, नहीं तो XLS फाइल पे भी आप कन्वर्ट करते हो तो लोडिंग करने में थोड़ा आसानी हो सकता है। ओके, बट मैक्रो, डेडिकेटेड मैक्रो को लोड करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है।
नहीं, तो फाइल अपलोड हो, बट मुझे जी मैक्रो इनेबल फाइल अपलोड अगर करना है तो कैसे करेंगे, वो बोल रहा हूँ।
नहीं, आप स्क्रीन शेयर कीजिए, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। मतलब एक मैक्रो एनेबल्ड फाइल मुझे दिखाइए, मैं आपको सीधा बता ही देता हूँ राइट नाउ। ओके, मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करना स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ, सॉरी। विवेक जी, आप स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हैं अभी।
सबको मेल किया था, नहीं किया।
आकाश, खड़ी दो। हाँ सर, Vivek, I'm waiting for your end.
So just 1 minute.
Sure. So before that, I have a small request with Sanjay sir. I think Sanjay sir is available here, isn't it? Sanjay?
सर क्या आप मेरी स्क्रीन
जी
देख
जी,
पा
मैं
रहे
आपका
हो?
जी, मैं आपका स्क्रीन देख पा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे। ओके, और मैं एक छोटा सा यहाँ पे सजेशन देना चाहता हूँ कि व्हेनेवर यू हैव, जब भी आपके पास
हेलो
मैक्रो।
सर, ज्ञानेश्वर श्रेष्ठ।
यस ज्ञानेश्वर। ओके राठौड़, व्हाट आई वाज एक्चुअली सेइंग इज, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जब आपके पास ऐसा ये रहता है ना, मतलब टेबल्स रहता है ना, इसको आपको कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है एक डेडिकेटेड इस पे, क्योंकि पावर क्वेरी में ऐसा है कि हाँ, आप पावर क्वेरी में उसको ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, बट उसमें क्या होता है कि अगर आप ज्यादा
आपका वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है सर।
guys, how about others? Okay, are they able to hear me clean and clear? Just give me a confirmation, guys. Guys, are you able to hear me clean and clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what I was actually saying is, whenever you have these tables, okay, these tables, ये सब tables को आपको dedicated sheets को convert करना है, नहीं तो dedicated flat files पे convert करना है। Problem क्या है कि ऐसे वाले जो चीज रहते हैं, अगर मुझे कोई और शीट दिखाइए मुझे, जो एक रिलेशनल डेटा, जैसे कि शीट 1 दिखाइए मुझे एक बार, ज्ञानेंद्र। ओके ओके, नहीं तो हाँ, ये वाला सही है। ओके, सो वी हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड एज स्टॉक क्लास, ओके, जिसमें आपके पास हर एक टेबल रिलेशनल डेटाबेस पे है। तो पावर बीआई में ऐसे वाले टेबल्स को लोड करना क्या बोलूं, डिजायरेबल है। ओके, तो अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसा स्मॉल छोटे छोटे टेबल्स है, उसको आप अलग अलग शीट्स पे लगा दीजिए। क्या होता क्या है कि पावर बीआई इज रियली गुड, ओके, इज रियली गुड इन डेटा प्रिपरेशन, बट आपको ज्यादा डेटा प्रिपरेशन पावर बीआई में नहीं करना चाहिए। ओके, उससे दिक्कत क्या है कि आपका क्वेरी जो रहता है ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा स्लो हो जाता है। अभी छोड़िए छोटा मोटा टेबल्स है, बट ऐसा अगर समझ लीजिए आपके पास बहुत ज्यादा डेटा है, अगर समझ लीजिए आपके पास तकरीबन 1 GB 2 GB वाला डेटा है, तो होता क्या है कि डेटा प्रिपरेशन के मामले में पावर बीआई स्लो हो जाता है। तो आप कुछ भी स्लाइसर लगाते हो, जो कुछ भी आप फिल्टर विल्टर लगाते हो, कुछ भी आप विजुअलाइजेशन क्लिक करते हो, तो डैशबोर्ड उतना ज्यादा रेस्पॉन्सिव नहीं रहता है। ओके, तो उस चीज के लिए एक छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट है, ऐसा कीजिए आप। पहला चीज है। दूसरा चीज है कि अगर वहां पे आपके ऊपर एक फाइल्स है, आप फाइल्स पे क्लिक करोगे एक बार जी, फाइल्स के ऊपर, यही इसी एक्सेल पे ऊपर फाइल्स है, पूरा ऊपर फाइल्स है आपके राइट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड होम के बगल में। हाँ, तो वहां पे क्या कीजिए, आपके पास
ऊपर फाइल में यस,
आपका वॉइस बहुत ज्यादा ब्रेक हो रहा है, तो आप ऐसा कर दीजिए, वहां पे सेव अ कॉपी बोलिए, बताइए सेव अ कॉपी जी। ओके, और एक लोकेशन ये सेलेक्ट कीजिए, और यहाँ पे जो एक्सेल मैक्रो एनेबल्ड फाइल है ना, यहाँ पे मतलब जो फाइल ऑप्शन है, उसको आप फ्लैट फाइल कर दीजिए। फ्लैट फाइल मतलब जो CSV होता है उन जैसे चीज। तो उसमें क्या हो जाता है कि आपका जो एक्सटेंशन है वो CSV आ जाता है, और यू विल बी एबल टू क्या बोलूं, इजीली एबल टू व्यू दोज एक्सेल। अभी आप कर दीजिए वहां पे एक्सेल मैक्रो एनेबल्ड वर्कबुक है ना, वहां पे आप सेलेक्ट कीजिए CSV, वहां पे सेलेक्ट कीजिए CSV। यू जस्ट नीड टू सेव, यस
सर एक्चुअली मुझे मैक एक्सटेंशन चेंज ही नहीं करना है, मुझे मैक्रो इनेबल ही रखना है उसको, तो मैं कर सकता हूँ क्या?
एक्चुअली क्या है, डिफिकल्ट है मैक्रो एनेबल्ड फाइल को पावर बीआई में। मैंने यही चीज मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी बताया था।
ओके, नहीं ऐसे XLX तो हो जाएगा अपलोड, मैं अगर उसका फॉर्मेट चेंज करता हूँ, एक्सटेंशन चेंज करता हूँ तो वो तो हो रहा है, बट मुझे अगर मैक्रो इनेबल करना है तो कोई अदर फॉर्मेट है क्या, वो मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ।
नहीं, CSV फॉर फ्लैट फाइल ही अच्छा है। एंड उसमें और एक दिक्कत क्या है कि अगर मैक्रो एनेबल्ड आप पावर बीआई में लोड करना भी चाहते हो तो होता क्या है कि आपका जो मैक्रो फाइल्स रहता है वो सब कुछ वहां पे दिखता नहीं है। ओके, तो वो एक बहुत बड़ा दिक्कत है। ओके, होप यू आर एबल टू गेट इट।
ओके ओके
ओके, आई थिंक आई हैव एड्रेस्ड दिस प्रीवियसली एज वेल। ओके, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। आपका वॉइस बहुत ज्यादा ब्रेक हो रहा था, टू अंडरस्टैंड इट वाज लिटिल बिट डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी, आई एम एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी। ओके, that's wonderful, guys. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions apart from this? Any other questions? Okay, beautiful. So I have a small request that I think I would have informed this yesterday itself. Actually, आज के session के लिए, that is the today's session, we may require we may require a couple of installations, okay, which are basically related to R and Python. I know many people may have not learned R or Python. So what I have is, I will just go through a small run through. Okay. So for example, tomorrow, if you have any visuals, okay, which has been built on R script or a Python script, how to integrate them. Okay. And what are the things that you need to keep in your mind when you have to do this, these, data preparation part and visualization part using these R and Python. I will be discussing about them today. So for that, if you are able to get your IT team to install R and Python, I would be really happy to do that particular thing. So it's very simple. If you are able to say Power BI, Python, okay, or you can even say R, CRAN. Okay, so there is a website called as CRAN R projects. This is absolutely free. You can download this into your Linux, into your Mac, or else into your Windows. Adding to that, there is also another programming language called as Python. Okay. Python. Okay, just give me a minute. Download. Okay, so there is something called as python.org. Okay, you also need to download this session, not right now, but if you are able to do it, because I will be teaching you Power BI. Okay, and after that I will be giving you something like 15 minutes of break. In that 15 minutes of break, if you are able to install these two softwares, okay, on your system, it would be really great. Okay, meanwhile, you can actually download this and keep it in your system. I will just share you those link on the chat so that you can do that downloading thing. Okay, so this is for Python and this is for R. Okay, this is for R. Okay, just download this. Okay, and you will be having some time to install them on your system. Okay, I will be providing you the time. Okay, so hope you're clear on this particular part. I think, let me see. Okay, any chats? What's your WhatsApp number? Praveen, everyone is being added to a WhatsApp group, I assume so. Okay, and there you can put any questions, or if you can even discuss any query if you are coming across. Okay, I'm there to help you out.
After class, after training, you are going to add, or you have created already group?
No, I think, Praveen, I think everyone is inside that particular group. Okay. I don't know the name of the group. Let me see. Okay, I think I don't remember the name of the, I think this might be the one. Yes, I assume so. This might be the one. Okay. So just, make sure who's the admin and take a, what I can say, head count. Okay. Okay. Are you clear, Praveen?
Who is the admin, sir?
I think I don't know. There might you can ask your colleagues. They may be able to help you out. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So guys, extremely sorry. I'm not the admin of that particular group. Okay. So I won't be able to help you on that. I'm extremely sorry for that. Okay. So let me help you with that. Okay. Or else if you can also be 15 minutes early. So today we had Ashwini Sharma who was here, who was actually showing his dashboard and who was also having a couple of questions. We discussed those things today. So you can also get in touch with me and discuss that particular thing. Okay. I'm just giving a small heads up here. Okay. That's absolutely fine. Today is my holiday as well. Okay, no worries. Okay, so today what we are going to do is today we will be learning a couple of visualizations which are called as AI based visualizations. Okay, if you go here in insert, so you have a couple of things called as AI based visualizations. So today we will be discussing about this AI based visualizations. Okay, how to create these AI based visualizations. Okay, why these visualizations are very much important. Okay, so let's assume guys you are a new Power BI developer. Okay, and you have recently built a dashboard and your manager might be having multiple questions like, hey Sangamesh, what is the top sales? Okay, like what is the total sales, something like that. Let's assume I'm just going to say what is my total sales, something like this. Okay, so I will get a visualization with an answer saying that my total sales is 2.3 million. Let's assume I want to say what is my total profit, profit, something like this. I'll be able to get my total profit as well. I can even ask some weird questions like what is my total profit by category, by order category, something like this. So there is an automated visualization which gets generated and provided to you. So today what we will be doing is we will be understanding how this natural language processing and visualization actually works for our benefit. Okay, so I will actually teach you how you can actually configure this particular thing for your benefit. Okay, so this can be very handy. Okay, for people like who are very senior most and also have multiple questions in their mind, and if they feel that, I repeat again, if they feel that the dashboard is not answering the question, then you can actually use these kind of Q&A chunks, and these Q&A chunks can actually help them. Okay, like you can ask any questions like I have one question that person. Okay, there is a column called as person and sales from different table. Okay, I can say relation, okay, person and sales. So the same visualization is out here: Sangamesh, Vijay, Rathod, Ashwini. Okay, so these are some tools, okay, which are available. You cannot do any kind of beautification like, hey Sangamesh, I want to change the color of the Sangamesh case to red and Vijay to green, okay, and Rathod to purple and Ashwini to black. You may actually ask me, but it is not possible, but it will provide you the basic information. It will provide you the basic information. So that is how this Q&A is going to work, and this Q&A is going to help you. So there are certain controls which are actually being provided. Okay, so like you have something called as field synonyms, you have something called as review questions, you have something called as teach QA. Okay, you have manage teams. Okay, last but not the least, you have something called as suggestion questions. Okay, so these are the set of things which are actually available when you have this Q&A. So in Q&A, you can use any language, like you can use English, or if you have any Spanish client, You can also use Spanish, but unfortunately, regional languages like English, Kannada, Hindi, okay, Marathi are actually not available in Power BI as of now. Okay, so here you can ask any questions, like even though if there is any kind of spelling mistakes or something like that, this Power BI is capable to handle those kind of spelling mistakes. Like if you are calling profit like PROFIT, instead of that you are saying PRFIT. Okay, you are just skipping the O part. If there are some spelling mistakes, something like this, Power BI is very efficient to understand all these things. Okay, so this is what Power BI Q&A is all about. Okay, so before I explain Power BI Q&A, I just want to ask you, do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Unable to download CRAN R project. Ashwini, can you share your screen? I'm just going to stop sharing my screen.
Means to say the next browse page showing some subdirectories like base, contribute, all contribute, or tools.
Sure,
this
sure.
one need to select for the
Sure, sir.
downloading this.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'm there to help you out. Can you share your screen? I'm there to help you out. Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible. Comprehensive R CRAN.
Python was downloaded.
Yes, yes, that's really good.
Comprehensive R's.
Okay. So, so here you have an option called as install R for the first time. Can you click on that?
Right.
Yes, beautiful thing. Okay. So now it will get downloaded on its own. Can you click on it, please?
Yes, I clicked.
Okay, it will get downloaded. Okay, yes, now you have this. Okay, can you say download 4.2.0 for Windows?
Okay.
Yes, it is
Oh,
getting
now
down.
it's started.
Okay,
Okay.
so try to install it. If you are facing any kind of difficulty, then let your IT team take care of that particular thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So these R and Python are completely free. Okay, so it will not cost anything for the same. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Okay, Ashwini, Anmol, Dhyanendra Rathod, Kheman Das, Nitin Chakravarti, Praveen, Sanjay, Suneet, Vivek. Any questions, guys? Any questions on Q&A visualization? On Q&A visualizations. Good to go? Okay. So right now you just understood how this Q&A is going to actually work. Okay. You also understood how, even though if I'm going to make any kind of mistakes, like instead of writing total sales, okay, I'm just saying sales. Okay, sales, something like this. Okay, so even though if I'm going to say this, okay, so it is going to prompt me with the most relevant thing. Okay, like, okay, top segments by sales target or something like this. So you can actually understand this, or else sometimes in organizations, okay, sales might be called as total revenue. So there is nothing called as total revenue, right? Okay, total revenue, or else something like okay, total sales might be called as gross profit. Just giving you some ideas. PROFIT, profit. Okay, gross profit, okay, something like this, or else gross sales. So right now we are actually using the word sales. Actually, we are using the word sales. That's the reason it is showing us the total sales. Okay. So, but let's assume instead of sales, I'm using revenue or something like that. Okay. Revenue or something like that. Okay. So it is also providing okay, and suggestion that if this revenue is being also called as profit. Okay, the reason why this is actually doing that is because it has been hard coded. There has been certain relationships, or there is something called as field synonyms which are being used, which basically means, so let's assume order. There is a table called as order. There is a table called as category. There is a table called as category hierarchy. So you can actually you can actually put some name, like here we have something called as village. Sorry, here we have something called as city. So I'm just going to add one thing called as village, VILLAGE, village. Okay. So what will actually happen now? What will actually happen now if after I save this particular condition? Okay, after I save this particular condition. Okay. So what I can actually do here, is I can actually ask some weird question like village versus sales, something like this. So here now previously I used to use city. Okay, so now I have replaced the city with village. Not I'm exactly speaking about replacing, I am actually added a synonym, which basically means I can use city. Okay, I can use city, or else I can also use village as well. I can use village, something like this. And see here, I'm actually not using the and symbol as well. Okay, I'm just saying village and sales. Okay, and the visualization is popping up. So these are the things which can be really helpful for people who are having dynamic questions. Okay, like frequent questions. Okay, so all these things can be actually being provided here. So you can actually incorporate even your custom questions as well. Like let's assume you are actually having some synonyms called as ADR ratios, okay, or else ATP, average trade ratio, okay, or else you may have some ratios, some kind of jargons which you tend to use only inside your organization. I repeat again. So all those things can be incorporated here in our Power BI. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this again. I'm just going to say field synonyms, the same one. Here I have added this village, okay, into city. I can just remove this now. And if I'm going to go here back, and if I'm going to type, see here, if I'm going to type village, okay, so it is not able to recognize it. It is not able to recognize it. Hope you are able to understand that. Okay, so that's the reason these kind of custom jargons can be provided. Okay, these kind of custom jargons can be provided for the this thing, what I can say, Power BI. Okay, hope you are clear on this particular part, guys. Any questions?
Sanjesh?
Yes.
Sanjesh, Sanjay here.
Yes, Sanjay.
Sanjesh, regarding the synonyms, for example, like I mistake if I delete something which is available in the your pages or maybe in the worksheet, will it be deleted from the segment file, the synonyms side, or it will be
I'm extremely sorry, Sanjay. Can you be a little bit closer to the mic? The voice is a little bit distorted with that.
Sanmesh, as you said, that like we can add some synonyms into the categorization, like data hierarchy,
Yes.
or maybe somewhere.
Yes, sir.
By
Yes,
mistake, if I delete something which is available there, available there, if I want to delete something else, but by mistake something is deleted, which is already available in the sheet or maybe working sheet, will it be deleted or it will be there?
No, sir. That is the biggest issue which many people tend to do. Okay, so for example, I will just give you a small idea here. I will show you the practical thing. Okay, so here I have something called a sales target. Okay, so which is having target as well. Okay, so here also if I'm going to say target, target, people tend to do these these mistakes as well. Okay, so see here also I have target. Oh, see here I was actually having target, and here when I told target, it got removed. Okay, so these kind of what I can say mishaps tend to happen. Okay, so that is one reason. Okay, that is one reason. You have certain suggestions which are actually available here. Okay, to help you out, what is the specific name that we have to use. Okay, you can actually incorporate those things as well. Sanjay, I think I have answered your question, isn't it, with a practical example?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? So that is one reason why, because Power BI is also quite smart as well. So it can actually understand, okay, which are the measures or which are the convenient names that we can actually use. For example, here we have profit. Okay, profit can be called as an income as well. Profit can be called as a revenue as well. Profit can be called as a turnover. Okay, even sales can be also called as turnover, right? Okay, something like this, returns. Okay, so yield. So these are some kind of jargons which can be substituted. Okay, you can actually add these kind of jargons as well. Hope you are clear on this particular part, guys. Hope you are clear on this particular part. Okay, I think I have another question. Can we type average value of, yes, Ashwini, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Okay, so instead of this thing, see here, what I'm going to do is, see, that's a very interesting question. Okay, see here, what I'm going to do is I can say AVERAGE, average. Okay, sales. Okay, see here, average sales. I can say average profit as well. Profit. Huh? So you can also create visualizations as well, like city wise average sales, something like this. Order city, order sales, something like this. See here. Isn't it interesting, guys? Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? Clean and clear, guys. Clean and clear. Okay. Okay, Ashwini. That was a really good question, by the way. Okay. So, so now you got to understand how to add a name. Like you can call sales as yes. There is
hello.
One. Yes, I can hear you.
We can use normal charts if we need anything. We can use measures. Why we have to use this particular visualization? What is the application of this?
See here. So there is a measure called as sales target that I have created. Okay, and just say sales target here. I will get my sales target. I can actually use measures. I can actually use calculated columns. I can even use a calculated table as well. Hope you are clear on this particular part. Okay.
Are you clear? We can use this, but particular use of this particular visualization.
Yes.
Why this visualization is important?
So let's assume I will just okay. I will explain you this. Okay. So dashboards are built in a cyclic format, which basically mean, okay, you create one dashboard and you try to see that, yes, this is the dashboard which is going to suit my organization. After something like 5 or 10 months, you feel that, yes, this dashboards need an overhaul. This needs some changes. Okay, then what you will do is you tend to ask, you might be having some questions which the dashboards are not answering. Okay, it will happen because there is something called as dashboard life cycle. Okay, so when you have a very small organization, when you have a very small team, the
hello Sanjay, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
We are not able
It's a listen your voice. You're not getting your voice.
You can be on mute. I assume so. You're not on mute. That's the reason there might be an echo. Please be on mute.
Hello.
Yes. Let me have a check on my internet. Let me check on my internet. Just give me 1 minute. The ping rate is 32. Something like 6 to 7 MB. Okay, but the upload speed is quite good. Okay, the download speed might not be good, but the upload speed is really good. Okay, and the ping rate is 32, which is manageable, I assume so. I suspect that most of the people are not using I can say mute, so that's the reason. Okay, there is an echo which is actually arising. So what I will do is I will mute everyone. Okay, so I have muted everyone. So I hope you are able to hear my voice clean and clear right now. Okay, so just give me a confirmation on the chat if you are able to hear my voice clean and clear. If you are able to hear my voice clean and clear.
Now it is clear.
So the reason is okay, as there are multiple people who are using their mics, that's the reason. This is the small issue which is actually arising. So please take care of this. Okay. So that's the reason. Okay, try to use your chat window a lot. Okay, so which can actually improve the audio quality better, because I use a condenser mic and this is quite an expensive mic which is actually available with me. Okay, and so what I was actually saying is so you can use measures, you can use calculated columns. Adding to that, you can also use what I can say, calculated tables as well. So all these three options are actually available with you for development. So one of the example what I told is sales target. So if you look at this particular thing, sales target, so this is something which I have used using DAX, okay. I can see the same thing here. Okay, if I'm going to say sales target, okay, so let me make this as 220. So I will say sales, because there will be a rounding off which will actually happen. That's the reason. Okay, so I'm just going to say sales target. Yes, sales target. Hope you are able to get it. So if I'm going to make this as 5, see here, if I'm going to make this as 5, okay, I will get my sales target as 5 million. These kind of things can be done, but getting or incorporating the visuals can be difficult. Okay, like you have your questions or something like that can be a little bit difficult here. Okay, so there are a couple of options which are actually available. So like you can actually add your customized questions. You can actually teach this thing, like there are some frequently asked mistakes, like FAQs, something like that. Okay, you can actually incorporate these FAQs here as well, and manage teams. So you can also put some teams who can actually handle these questions as well. And last but not the least, you can actually suggest some questions. So right now you have these try one of these visuals, so you have some suggestions, right? So these are some suggestions. Similarly, you can also suggest some questions here as well. Okay, so all these controls are actually available, but incorporating a custom visuals into a questions right now it is not available, but tomorrow there might be an update wherein you can actually create a custom visual and you can actually incorporate that in Q&A. I assume that I have answered your question. I assume that I have answered your question. Okay, have I answered your question?
Sagmesh,
Yes, Ashwini.
I have just one query. Can
Okay.
we create some multiple questionnaire with button menu? So just click on particular question and get the answer or get the feedback of that against the question.
Yes, it is possible. So that is something which is available in suggested questions, suggest questions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this can be really handy, guys. This particular thing can be really handy because every industry want organization to have a dashboard, but they are not clear what is the purpose of the dashboard, or they are not clear what are the visuals they require for the dashboard, and there might be some questions which might be out of the box which the dashboard is not answering. So you incorporate these kind of things, okay, into the dashboard. And these are the visualizations which can be very handy for managers who tend to ask lots of questions, so for those people, these visualizations are very, 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 very handy. Okay. And I have actually seen one dashboard, okay, in my past. Okay, they just came to me for an overhaul. Okay. And they were having only one visualization. Okay, they were literally, there was only one visualization. It was a map, and second visualization was a card. Okay, the Q&A, what I'm actually speaking about. So they have not used anything. I repeat again, they have not used anything. Okay. So I asked them, so why are you not? They told me that, hey, Sangmesh, when we have Q&A, when I can actually ask a question, they are able to answer my basic necessity. Then why I require a visualization? Why I require a dashboard? Okay. So this was the specific answer that I actually got. And these values, this thing, what I can say, numbers, what you're actually going to see here will get changed again and again. I repeat again, will get changed again and again. For example, today is 25/2022. Agree with me. Tomorrow you may have updated data, right? So the visuals will also get updated accordingly. So these are some of the options which are actually available. Hope you are clear on this particular part, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for this. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Okay, so now what we are going to do is we will try to understand a different this thing, what I can say. Just let me also put this little bit aside. So this is one of the AI-based visualization. This is one of the AI-based visualization. You can also click here, okay, Q&A, or else you can go to insert and click here as well. So you can do anything. You can do anything. Second thing, which is also very much important, is called as key influencer plot. Is something called as key influencer plot. So majorly this key influencer plot is used by people who want to bring the insights out. Like I will just give you one example. Okay, let's assume I want to analyze sales. Okay, and I want to analyze sales by product name. Okay, something like this. So whenever I say that particular thing, I will put another this thing. I will put segment here as well. Oh, I will put all the categorical variables there. Okay, profit. Okay. Explained by profit, increasing to decreasing. Okay, so right now I have okay, so right now I have a couple of insights here. Okay, so here what we are understanding is, the influence. Okay, so here we are understanding influence of sales, okay, on profit. Okay, so here we have couple of insights. Okay, when profit is more than 109, okay, the average sales is 1107.88 and unit higher compared to all the other profit. This influence contains approximately 8.11% of the data. So these are some insights. I repeat again, these are some insights which requires lots of data analysis, statistical analysis, and come up with this. Similarly, so you have something like minus 46% or lesser. Okay, so if I'm going to hover on this particular thing, okay, so they are actually able to provide that an information when profit is minus 46.797, okay, or less. Okay, the average sales is 402, okay, 0.56 units higher compared to all the other values of profit. Okay, and this influence contains approximately 5.47 of the data. So here I'm able to understand the chunk, how much composition, okay, how much composition this 46.797 is actually having. Okay, I'm able to see how much this 64.2, okay, percentage of this thing. Maybe I'm just guessing it, maybe there might be one product, okay, which might be sold frequently, okay, with a discount. So that's the reason we are able to see these kind of key influencers. Okay, so this key influencers plot, I repeat again, this key influencer plot can be used with two continuous variable, which basically mean two numerical columns, So here I have an option where I can actually see increasing or decreasing.
Srinivas, can we reverse this sales versus profit?
I did the same thing, so hope you're able to get it. So right now we also have a visualization now. Okay, so right now we have decreased it. Okay, so now it is saying when profit is minus 46.797, okay, or between 22.6233 something, the average is 481 so and so, and it is explaining. And along with that, it is also providing you the bins. So right now I was speaking about something called as bins. Bins is a statistical terminology. Okay, so bins is also called as class interval. I don't know how many of you are from statistical background. So in statistical background, we have this class interval. So let me open that. Okay, just give me a minute. What happened? Yeah, CLA is class interval. Class intervals. Okay, so here, okay, this particular thing is called as bins. Okay, so people interchange with this particular terminology, bins and statistical class interval. Okay, bins and class interval. Okay, so the same thing in Excel, we normally call it as bins. Okay, if you are if someone had actually tried to create a histogram in what I can say, Excel, okay, you will be coming across this bins. I think I have created one video something like 7 years or 8 years back on how to create a histogram on YouTube. You can actually watch that particular thing if you need. Okay, so so this is how the things are actually available. So here they have the bin size, point number one, and along with that they have the average as well here, out here, which is being provided, and adding to that how much sales it has been influencing. Okay, that influence can also be seen here. Okay, so hope you are clear on this particular part. Any questions, guys?
Yes, Sangesh. Actually, I just doing the same thing what you have done, like to select the cell for the analysis and the explained by the profit. But in my Power BI, it's showing no influencer found.
So please make sure that you need to use two continuous variables, okay, not categorical variables. So please make sure this particular thing, that is sales and profit, okay, these two need to be in a continuous variable. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, okay, this may be called as a categorical text or something like that. Okay, please look into this. I think I have another question. Let me have a check on the, no influencer found after selecting sales and explain through profit. Okay, just have a check on that particular thing, Ashwini. I'm there to help you out.
I checked the same thing I have done.
Okay, so can you share your screen so that I can actually help you?
Just a second.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. So, so can you change profit and sales? Okay. Profit and sales. See, what really happens sometimes is, Power BI. Yes. No. I just want to explain this. It is not a mistake. You have not done anything mistake. There is no mistake from your end. I will just explain the crux behind this. Okay. Sometimes Power BI tend to fail to understand the data. Okay. So, and that is one reason why, most of the people are scared to use key influencers, being very frank with you. Okay. And secondly, this is very interesting. Again, Ashwini, try to listen this. You can mute yourself, Ashwini, by the way. So the second most difficult thing with this is sometimes the values may also be different. Because there is no standardization. Hope you're clear on this particular part. So let me share my screen, Ashwini.
Clear.
Okay. So along with that, you also have something called as top segments as well, wherein you can actually see the segments as well, if it is available or something like that. Okay. But adding categorical variable like segment or category or something like that, see here, something like this, it tend to have this difficulty. Okay. So but for these kind of things, okay, we also have a visualization which is called as decomposition chart, which is also one of the AI based visualization, and many people are actually using this decomposition chart a lot rather than a key influencer plot, being very frank with you. The reason why I'm saying this decomposition plot is because this is very easy to understand. People who are from data science background, who know a little bit of decision tree analysis, people who have done statistical analysis and have learned CPM PERT, even though it is also available in operation management as well. People who know CPM PERT, okay, and Venn diagrams and all. Okay, so they will be able to understand this decomposition tree, because this is the kind of a logical tree, which is, or a kind of mind map, which is actually available in Power BI and very easy to understand. And there is no statistical background which is actually required, because when we speak about key influencer plot, there is a bit of statistics, there is a bit of technicality which is actually getting involved. But when we speak about decision tree, it's a bit simple to understand, and any layman can actually hop on this and understand it easily. So what I'm actually speaking about is, for example, let's assume I'm just going to have the sales. I want to analyze sales, okay, based on category. Okay, based on category, something like this. Okay. So adding to that, I may also have some different funky ideas or funky questions like, okay, I have sales, and what is a breakthrough of sales? Okay, or breakthrough of sales, something like this. Just give me a minute, it's getting open. Okay, just give me a minute. What is a breakthrough of sales? Something like this. Then I can actually understand, what is a breakthrough by category. So now what I will do, oh, I have category. What I will do is I will add segment. Where is the segment? I don't have segment. I have it right here. I'll put segment as well. So put it like this. Okay. So now I have another variable. So here sales, inside I have customers, corporate and home office. Inside that I have segments. Okay, inside that I have segments. See here, segments. Okay, technology, furniture, office supply. Then I can actually put subcategories as well. See here, something like this. So if I want to see furniture, I can just open furniture. I can select high value or low value. Okay, something like this. Okay, or else I can see here. I'm able to see all the values. Okay, chairs, tables, bookcases, furnitures. In furnitures, these are the top furnitures which are actually available. Similarly, if I'm going to click on office supplies, okay, I'm able to see from office supplies which are the top performing products or something, or subcategories. Similarly, you can actually put product names as well. You can also do that. And see here, right now you are not able to see entire subcategories, but if you want, you can also hover on that. See here, something like this. Okay, something like this. You can actually hover on that. You have that particular option, scroll down, scroll up, and all these things. So wherein, even though if you have a larger amount of categories, understanding them or analyzing them can be really helpful. And this is a self-analysis tool. So what is meant by self-analysis tool? You can just give this particular dashboard. See here, you can actually give this particular dashboard to someone else like this, something like this. Okay, so he will just click on this. He will say, okay, I want to see the relationship between the subcategories, sales and subcategories, something like this. They can understand the difference or the effects. Now they can also do some variations as well, like, okay, phone, which specific category or segment? Okay, phone might be having only one segment, but I don't know. Phones are actually having 3 segments. Okay, one is sold for customers, one is sold for corporate, and third is sold for home office, something like this. Okay, so these types of visualizations are actually available. So these are called as decomposition tree. These are called as decomposition tree, and you can actually see this relationship. Why, blue color line, there is a relationship from here to here and from here to here. I can just click on this. I can understand this in a very deeper aspect. Okay, these are also interactive. See here, these are also interactive. Okay, so you can click on them and understand them in a very detailed aspect. Hope you are clear on this particular part. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Can we, Sangmesh,
Yes.
can we highlight anything like sales target? So that particular area will turn into some another color.
Colors are something which cannot be changed as per my knowledge.
Suppose particular area sales is going to be less than our target.
Colors are something which cannot be changed, but what you can actually do is you can change for these positive power, negative power, something like that. You can change these
conditional format.
Conditional format, that is also something which is a little bit difficult as of now. Okay, see here. Okay. So this is a key influencer plot, decomposition tree, and Q&A. And being very frank with you guys, most of the organization tend to use this Q&A and this what I can say, decomposition tree a lot. Okay, decomposition tree a lot. Along with that, there is also something called a smart narrative. I will be teaching this particular thing later, not now. Okay, I will be teaching this particular thing later. What this basically means is it will provide you a small description. In a simple way, it will provide you a small description. Okay, so if I just need to click on once this thing, it will provide you the whole crux of the visualization. Okay, like at so and so Sangamesh had the highest sales and was so and so higher greater than. Okay, there is a prescript. I repeat again, there are a prescript, and it will run and it will provide you the narrative. Okay, so your manager can actually use it if he want to understand the crux of the dashboard or something like that. Okay, or if you are in a board meeting and you are actually completely unaware of what the dashboard is speaking about and all, you can use this smart narrative to understand what the visualization is actually speaking about. Or even though when you're actually doing presentation, you can actually use this smart narrative and understand this in a very detailed aspect. We will be speaking about this smart narrative in a very detailed aspect, but not right now. Okay, not right now. Okay, any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? So if you are clear, guys, if you are clear, then what I request is I will give you something like 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, I want everyone to do what is being taught here in this particular session, and try to replicate it on your own as discussed yesterday. Okay, and if you have any difficulty or something like that, then ask me. I'm there to help you out. Okay, after this session, okay, if you are free, if you are done with this thing, so kindly install Python and R on your system as well. So it is very, very much important for the next session. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, Nitin, Amol, Praveen.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. I will be on standby. If you need any help, I'm there to help you out. Guys, please make sure that if you are able to do the specific activities on your end, okay, you are done with this particular session, I mean, this particular training. Okay, you have understood all of them. If you are facing any difficulty doing any of the specific tasks, you can come to me, or else if you have any questions, understanding the part, okay, you can also ask me. I'm there to help you out, guys.
Hello, Sangamesh.
Yes, I can hear you.
In this Q&A,
Yes.
Related to maps also we can get this result?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's possible as per my knowledge. Okay. Like you can use variables like city, city and sales. Okay. Something like this. Okay. I don't think so. You can actually use map. Okay. And also use a variable called as map. I don't think so. Yes, it is available. Now I'm able to see a map. Okay. And add this, but previously maps was actually not visible in Q&A. I think they have recently added it, but only the bar plots were being possible. Okay, previously I think this is a new update which has been come up.
Sangamesh?
Yes.
Rathod here.
Yes, Rathod.
Can you explain smart narrative once?
Sure. No worries. I mean, see, not smart narrative is just going to provide you the crux of the information. Okay. So right now I have this particular, what I can say, dashboard. And now this dashboard is providing, what is this whole dashboard or whole visualization is speaking about? The crux of this has been provided. So right now, okay, at 7,000 so and so this particular value. So if you hover on this, so you will get 75,004, 7525 457.82. Okay, that is the value. Highest amount is 82%. If you convert this into percentage, you will get 85% itself. And the lowest is 391,721, which basically means this particular part, 391,721. Okay, so I will be discussing about this in a very detailed aspect going ahead. Okay, so when we will be discussing about service and all, so right, there are a couple of things you can get from this, like what is this dashboard is speaking about, and what the visual right now everything is providing this particular visualization. Only this particular visualization has been discussed here, but you will be able to understand the detail of it. Okay, I will be having a dedicated session on this. Okay,
But in order table, how is applied?
sorry sir, order table I didn't get you.
On order table, order table, अभी ये people table पे काम कर रहे हैं ना, so अभी order table पे अगर अप्लाई करना है, ये order table, ये people
any questions, guys?
Someone will work on order table.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you clean and clear.
We have an order also, like order table.
So this is the only order table what we have. So I think you might be speaking about order. You can be on mute. You can be on mute, or else my voice might be distorted. Okay, I assume that you're speaking about order table and order table. There are two types of order table, right? There is order 2017 and there is also an order 2018. Are you speaking on that particular aspect? I'm waiting for your response.
1 second. Bolo.
हेलो म्यूट करो.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
मेरे पास ऑर्डर टेबल ओपन है, मुझे उस पे अप्लाई करना है स्मार्ट नैरेटिव.
Can you share your screen?
स्मार्ट नैरेटिव इस पे चार्ट पे लगेगा, नॉट ऑन टेबल. स्मार्ट नैरेटिव विल वर्क ऑन विजुअल.
Yes, 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 yes. Someone spoke absolutely right. It will be available on visuals. Okay. Okay. See, we don't we don't yet support summarization for any of the selected values. So you have not selected anything. So that's the reason it is not providing. So can you create one visualization, sir? Can you create one visualization for me? Any visualization, any visualization. नहीं, ये वाला नहीं, आप दूसरा कोई विजुअलाइजेशन बनाइए ना आप. अच्छा, एक बार प्लॉट नहीं तो एक लाइन प्लॉट जैसा कुछ. हाँ, बार प्लॉट बनाइए आप. ओके, वहां पे बार प्लॉट. हाँ, देखिए अभी बार प्लॉट बन गया ना. तो अभी आप जो आपका जो स्मार्ट नैरेटिव है उसको विजुअलाइजेशन को पहले क्लिक कीजिए. पहले विजुअलाइजेशन पे ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए, बाद में स्मार्ट नैरेटिव पे ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए. जी, अभी आएगा. देखिए देखिए, बेस्ट इन सेल्स मेड अप so and so. कभी कभार, because this is something which is generated by AI, that is artificial intelligence, and sometimes it is going to pick some relevant information, sometimes it may even pick irrelevant information as well. Okay, so जितना उसको समझ में आया वो वहां पे बता रहा है. Okay, West in states made 19.92% of sales. Okay, hope you are able to get it. Rathod, I hope you are clear on this particular part.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else that you need any help? Guys, just let me know. I just want to share my screen again. The reason is I just want to make sure that all of my students are able to perform these activities. Guys, if you're done, let me know. You say yes, I'm done. Okay, and start installing R and Python on your system, guys. Ashwini, thank you very much. Try to install R and Python on your system. I'm waiting for others. So if you're done installing R and Python, you'd say done installing. Installed. Wonderful, Ashwini. That's wonderful. Beautiful, Kemandas. Kemandas, I have a small request. I know everyone are sitting in a small group. If possible, can you also assist other people in installation process?
Yeah, yeah, I'm sitting in another location. Akash, do you have any issue for this?
R we have downloaded. Okay, so Python for we are waiting for IT support. Actually, IT team is busy in some another.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry.
So call to Santosh, na?
Yeah.
I'm extremely sorry. It is my mistake. I would have informed you prior itself. Okay, on R and Python. Okay, so meanwhile, people are installing R and Python on their system. Okay, oh my God, my God. Before people are installing R and Python, I just want to ask you, everyone. I assume that everyone are done with the visualization, yes or no? I assume that everyone are done with the visualization. Okay, if someone is left out, please ping me on chat so that I can hold on. I have one done. Ashwini is done. Thank you. How about others? Do you want me to hold? Do you want me to hold? Do you want me to wait for a couple of minutes? Or is it good to go ahead? I assume that all of you are done with the visualization. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a small brief around with this R and Python. Okay, see, R as well as Python, these two are scripting tool. Okay, people people who are well known with scripting tool. Okay, these are also two popular scripting tool like Java scripts and all these things, wherein you can actually write some code to transform a data. Okay, so Python is again used for big data configuration, creating nodes and all these things along with PowerShell. Okay, and here what is actually happening is R and Python are also compatible with Power BI. Okay, so when I was actually teaching my second class, I repeat again, when I was actually teaching my second class on Power Query transformation, I spoke that I will teach something called as transformation using R and Python script. Today we will be understanding this R and Python script, how to incorporate them as a script. We will be understanding that. Adding to that, we will be also understanding how we can actually incorporate R and Python visualization into R, which basically mean you can create visualization in R. Okay, you can create visualizations in R. Okay, so adding to that, last but not the least, there are also some of the tools which are actually available. I'm just going to go for get more visuals. I'm just going to go for, oh, I cannot use this, right? I will say, just give me a minute. I will say, just give me 1 minute. Okay, I will say, my Microsoft get more visuals. Okay, people who have Power BI visuals, I assume so this is the one. I assume so this is the one. Okay, I have it. Power BI visuals. Power BI visuals app source. App source visuals. Yes. There is a link wherein we can actually access this thing, what I can say, visuals, but okay, extremely sorry. Yep, it's out here. Extremely sorry, guys. I have hiccups. I will have a glass of water. I will be joining again. Okay. What I was actually saying is, here we can see various types of visualization. Oh my God. Okay, here we can see all the visualizations which are actually available on Power BI. Okay, get more visuals. Interestingly, you have Python based visualizations. Okay, Python based visualizations. Okay, and along with that, you also have R based visualizations as well. Okay, so correlation plot. Oh my God. So this is one of the R based visualization. So wherein you can find various R versions. That is, it supports 3.31, it supports 3.0, it supports 3.1, as well as it supports a couple of versions. You can find the GitHub page as well for the correlation. So people who want to create correlation plots or something like that, understand the relationship between two variables, they can actually do that. Okay, so these are some of the options. Okay, so I just spoke to you on what are the various types of ways R and Python can be used in Power BI. Do you have any questions, guys? I mean, applicability of R and Python. Okay, I showed you one option. You can use it on Power Query. Second, you can use it in visualization. Third, you can, yeah, there are also some ready-made visualizations which are available in marketplace, from where we can actually import it into import it into Power BI. Do you have any questions? Any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Good, Praveen. That's really good. How about others? How about Nitin? How about Anmol, Rathod, Sanjay? Thank you. Thanks, Rick. Thank you very much. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Do you want me to repeat? Guys, do you want me to repeat? Any questions? Any questions? Akash, Anmol, Ashwini, Rathod, Kimandar, Nitin, Praveen, Sanjay, Suneet, Vivek. Any questions?
So you're going to teach this Python visualization right now, right?
I will teach how to integrate both of them into R and both of them into Power BI.
Yeah.
Okay. So people may know R, people may know Python. Okay, I'm helping them. Okay, so let's assume if you want to do all your visualization in Power BI or something like that. Okay, how to use them in if you're doing them visualization in Jupyter Notebook or Spider, how to get those visualization into R. I'm just going to help them here. Okay, and various technicalities which are actually involved. while doing it. Okay. Any questions? Thank you, Sanjay. That's wonderful. Okay. So I hope everyone have installed R and Python. I just want to ask everyone that you have R and Python, right? Or if you don't have it, or if there is an R and Python are getting installed in your system, then do let me know. Okay, I'm there to help you out. People who are done with R and Python installation, okay.
Kevan sir.
हाँ बोलिए.
हेलो सर, ये पाइथन का लोगो आया है क्या डेस्कटॉप पे आपके?
हाँ.
आर का है, पाइथन डाउनलोड किया बट लोगो नहीं आया.
अगर नहीं आया तो सर्च में जाओ, पाइथन टाइप करो और उसमें सेटिंग में जाओ.
Something like this. So I'm using an older version of Python. आप यहाँ से भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं पाइथन को, और उसके साथ साथ आप कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे भी जा सकते हैं. कभी कभार कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे आता नहीं है. ओके, अभी मैं कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे हूँ, तो मैं अभी यहाँ पे बताऊंगा पाइथन, PYTHON पाइथन. ओके, अभी मैं पाइथन के अंदर चला गया. समथिंग लाइक दिस. आई हैव अ ओल्डर वर्जन ऑफ पाइथन. जी, आप कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे भी सर्च कर सकते हैं इस चीज को. मैं वैसे ही मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ बस. ओके. So done with both. Thank you, Akash.
हो गया ना आपका? इसका बाद शॉर्टकट आने की इकडे सर्च कर शॉर्टकट.
Sorry, I have muted yourself. There was lots of background noise. So how about others, guys? How about others?
Naneshwar? Naneshwar? Akash?
I think
Hello?
Yes.
माझ्याकडचं तो एरर येतो त्याला. आर तर झालं डाउनलोड, पायथॉन डाउनलोड नाही होते.
ते साइटवर जाऊन केलं का डाउनलोड?
हो, ते साइटवर क्लिक केला ना, पण तो आयटीचा पासवर्ड आणि ते मागतोय.
हा, एक काम कर, 50-50 वर फोन लाव देवीदासला तो करेल.
बरं, ठीक आहे. थँक्यू.
मेल पण करू शकत.
डन.
Okay.
बरोबर.
Expected break time, Ashwini. Okay, so we will take a small break then. Okay, meanwhile you can basically discuss and I will be available on standby. I will be on standby. Okay, if you have any questions, I'm there to help you out. No worries, Ashwini. I'm going to provide you a small break. Okay, how much you want? 10 or 15 minutes? 10 minutes is good. Let's take 15 minutes. We have lots to cover. lot many things to cover. Okay, no worries. I'm giving you a 10 minutes break. I'm extremely sorry about that. We have lot many things to cover. Hey, sorry guys, I was being kicked out of the session. Okay, due to a technical issue. So are you able to hear me, guys? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's wonderful, guys. That's wonderful. So now what we are going to do is we will try to work out with these programming language called as R and Python, and let's explore this into Power BI. So, and this is going to be something which is going to be standard for everyone. Okay. So first you have to open Power BI. Okay. Before running any R script or a Python script. I repeat again, before running any R script or a Python script, the first thing that you have to do is go to something called as files. Okay. Here you have something called as options and settings. Okay. Here you have something called as options. Just be with me. Just be with me. I'm there to help you out. Just be with me. Here I have something called as R script and the Python script. Okay, just see here. Just see here. R script and the Python script. So the first thing what we have to do is we have to provide the path. We have to provide the path. So how do I find where is my R and where is my Python? So people who are completely new might be a little bit wondering on this particular aspect. Okay. So before that, I just want to show you. So you have to go to files. You have to go to options and settings. Inside options and settings, you have options. Inside options, you will get a pop-up. You will get a pop-up. Okay. Inside this, you will have a pop called as options. Here you have R scripting and Python scripting. So these are the options which are actually available. Okay. So there are actually two types of settings which are required. One is providing the path for R and Python, and in security measures also there is one option wherein you also need to allow R and Python to run. There are two options, okay, that you have to enable before using R or Python. So here I have a couple of what I can say, this thing. Okay, I am sharing this particular screen. I will share a different screen now. Okay. I think I'm sharing a different screen now, right? I hope you are able to see my screen. So this is my screen number 1.
Yes.
Okay. And I hope you are also able to see all the this thing, what I can say, programs which are actually available here. So currently I have one of the program which is called as R. Okay, 360 4.1.2, something like this. What I'm actually going to do is I want the 64-bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this. Okay, I'm just going to click on this. I'm just going to say right click this. Now I'm just going to right click this and go to something called as properties. Okay. So as soon as I go to something called as properties, I will get one path. I will get one path, that is C/program files/R/R 1.1.2, something like this. I just need to copy this particular thing without quotes. Please make sure this. Please make sure this. I just need to copy this particular path. Okay. Then I need to go to my Power BI. Let me see my Power BI. I will also bring this Power BI here as well. Where is this Power BI? Okay, I have this Power BI. I'm just going to bring this Power BI here. Something like this. Okay. Open Aichida. Okay. So then what I will do is I'm just going to go for my this thing, files. Okay, the same thing. Okay, I will go to my files. I will go to options and settings. Okay, then options. Okay, then I will click on options. Then what I will do is I will click on R. Yes, then on R. Okay, then I'm going to paste that particular thing like this, like this, something like this. Or else I can also say browse. I can say where is that particular this thing. I have to go to programs, then I have to find R, then I can also click on that. So there are various types of R's which I'm actually using. Okay, I think this is the latest one. I'm just going to select that particular this thing. And Second option, which is actually available here, is on something called as default OS program or .r file. So there are studios, like for example, if you're running any this thing, what I can say, program, okay, there are specific IDEs which are actually available. What is meant by IDEs? IDEs means which are interactive development environment, which actually enables you to write better codes. Okay, so there is one of the IDE called as RStudio that I'm just going to select this, and then I can say okay. Along with that, there is also something called a security. Here there is also an option. Just give me one minute. I'm just going to be on mute.
This ID not visible.
I agree with that. Okay, this IDE may not be visible because this IDE need to be downloaded separately. You don't take any tension. Don't worry on all those things. Okay. So here in privacy, you have privacy. So please make sure that you always need to have combined data according to each file privacy settings. Okay, so this particular thing need to be selected. Okay, so please make sure that, and after doing all these things, then you say okay. Okay, so now you have actually configured R in your this thing, what I can say, in your system. So see, I just want to explain one of the language. The reason I will give you one reason. Okay, so when I'm actually speaking about Python, people who know Python again, okay, when I'm speaking about Python, to do any kind of visualization in Python, so there are various libraries which are actually required. So you need something called as pandas, you need something called as matplotlib, okay, and there are various supporting libraries which you require to do these visualizations. But there is a shortcut with R. Okay, that is the reason why I'm actually providing this emphasis on R. The reason is both the techniques are same. Okay, I mean, how to integrate R, how to integrate Python, both are same. Okay, but what will actually happen is the codes that you are going to write will be different. So for example, if you are importing data on Python, then you are going to use pd dot read underscore csv, in bracket you will provide the path, right? So in in R we have another code chunk which is read.csv, and you will provide the path, and comma header is equal to true. So that is the type of code that we tend to use for R. I'm just giving you a small idea here. The codes, the writing structure is different. Okay, so that's the reason what I'm actually providing you. I will show you one. Okay, I will show you one so that you can actually replicate with others as well. I'm just giving you a small idea here. Okay, so here what I'm actually speaking here is we have this R and Python. Okay, if you are going to click on this R, okay, there will be a new code chunk. I have to say enable R. Okay, then I have this code chunk here. Okay, and adding to that, if I'm going to click on Python, okay, the same type of code chunk will actually being shown here. So this is something, if something similar is actually available on your end as well, then which basically means that you are getting R and Python on your system in a very simple way. So similarly, if I want to enable this thing, what I can say, Python, okay, just give me a minute, open this thing. So I have to go for Python. I have to say Python, Python. Okay, so here I have to just go and say properties, run as administrator, no. Okay, so here I have this thing. So I think I also have Python here. Let me see. Yep, it's out here. Properties. Here it is showing open. I will say open in file location. Yep. It's providing out here. So this is the path where I have my R script. Okay, I just need to copy this and go here. Okay, and paste it. So if you are able to see, it's a very lengthy this thing, right? Apps, data, so and so, so and so and all. So you are able to see that particular this thing as well, what I can say, path as well. So I need to specify this path, and here also I have options as well. Like if I want any specific ideas, like because currently I'm using Spider as well as this thing, what I can say, just give me a minute. I'm going to use Spider. So this is one of the IDE, and along with that, I also use Visual Studio as well. So these are the two different IDEs. I can just click on this IDE. I can say open it only in Visual Studio and say open. So right now, whenever I'm just going to say this thing, what I can say, Python open in IDE, then Visual Studio will open, something like this. Okay, I'm just giving you a small idea here. I know many people who have installed R and Python, they may not be having IDEs, so there is no requirement to download this for this particular session. But I want to just help you how to basically get R and Python on your system. Okay, so let's assume we have this particular data what we have. Okay, let me share my second screen. Okay, let me share my second screen. So yes, this is my second screen, right? Okay, so hope you remember that we used to use what I can say, where is this Power BI, where is this? Just give me a minute, let me search it for you. Okay, I will say Power BI. There are, it's out here. It will take, okay, that's fine. So I have something called as, see here, I have something called as people, order, and all these tables, same tables what you have. Okay, so to basically load those data into R or Python, you also, load the data in R and Python, then get that particular repeat. I will repeat again, get that same data into Power BI. That is possible. So you have learned how to import data using this particular CSV file, isn't it? This particular CSV file. Okay, similarly, I repeat again, similarly, you can also load data from, what I can say, R and Python. Okay, so here, if you are going to say more, I repeat again, if you are going to say more, you will have options. Just give me a minute, it's opening. Okay. I don't know why it is not opening. Let me see, get more. Okay, I got it. So here, when I say others, I have a couple of options here, out of which I have this Python script and R script. I can just click on this Python script and say connect. Okay, as soon as I do that, see here, as soon as I do that, okay, a pop-up will appear, okay, which will provide you that from this particular path, I'm actually loading the data. And here I can actually say that script, like I can say import pandas as PD. Okay, and along with that PD dot read underscore CSV. Okay, then I can provide the path name inside this. Okay, like C / okay, something like this. I can provide the path name, then I can actually close and I can say okay. Okay, so this is how you are going to load the data from Python. Similarly, let's go for R, and we will also load the data from R itself. So that's the reason I want everyone to open this navigator pane, okay, and click on R so that we can work on this particular script. Okay, meanwhile, just make sure that you have your R and Python, okay, both configured on your system. Okay. So there are various advantages. Of using R and Python. Okay, one of the advantage is, okay, for example, if you are a little bit new to Power BI and if you are facing difficulty majorly in data preparation or data handling kind of thing, or else if you are running even analytical models like let's assume if you want to do something like RFM analysis, like recency frequency modeling, or else if you're doing things like what I can say customer segmentation, okay, where you are doing those things using R or Python. So in that condition, I repeat again, in that condition, these open source scripting languages can be very handy for you. So I'm just going to click on this R script. I'm just going to say, connect. Okay, there will be a pop-up that will appear. Okay, so this is the one. So one of the advantage of having R is, it do not require any kind of installation. So currently the R file is in this particular location. Okay, that is, we are using the 4.1.3. That's the version what we are actually using right now. I don't know which specific version you are using. Maybe something like 4.1.3 or something higher from there. Okay. So here you can say read.csv and provide the path name. So right now we have put the data in this particular path. I'm just going to copy this particular path and I'm just going to paste it out here. I just need to make sure they need to be a double slash. This is how we normally represent the path in R. Then what we have to do is we have to provide the file name. So we have something called as people file, right? This is the people file. I'm just going to copy this people file and put it out here. Okay, and say CSV. Okay, CSV. Okay, and I'm going to say okay. So as soon as I do that, the data is getting connected to R. Okay, and it is providing me an error. Okay, so it is saying that we encountered an error while trying to connect the details, so and so R script error. So there was an R script error which actually happened. What I can do is I can say edit. Okay, I can say edit. I will say df is equal to data. I will say data set. The data set is equal to, let me see. Let me run it once again. Yep, I'm getting an error. No worries. Let me see whether, oh, I got it. See here, I have opened the double quote, but I have not closed the double quote here. So which is a coding mistake, which I have actually done. Okay. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so here I need to get the data into Power BI. So right now I'm getting a prompt saying that there is one file called as dataset. I can click on this dataset. I can see how the dataset is looking like, and I can say load or transform the data. And I can even do that some kind of transformation. Like I will just give you one of the example. Okay, just give a minute. Okay, so that is fine. So let's assume I'm just going to say R. Oh, extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry. I just need to click here. I have to say more. I have to say more because I have to specify that I need an R script or Python script. Okay, I'm just going to say get data. Okay. Here, what I will do is I will do a very small transformation. Okay, here I will do a very small transformation onto the data. The reason why I'm actually showing you is because tomorrow there might be a requirement that you have to even store the data. You may actually do some kind of transformations which may not be possible in Power Query. Okay, because Power Query is a very standardized thing, and sometimes you may say that, hey Sanmesh, I want to do a specific transformation, but I don't know how to do it on Power Query. And in Power Query, it seems it is not possible. So in those kind of things, you can actually use these scripting tools, okay, that can actually come into your SQ. Okay, so what I was actually showing you is I'm just going to say others. Okay, I'm just going to say R script. Okay, and I will say connect. Okay, then what I will do is instead of data set, what I will do is I will say df is equal to read.csv. I'm just going to say read.csv because this is a function which actually help you to import the data. So these are scripting tools. Okay, so I have the path. I'm just going to copy the path, which is out this particular path. I'm just going to say Control C. Okay, and I'm going to paste this out here, and I'm just going to say double slash, and I will say people, people, people.csv. Okay, so previously we have not done any kind of transformation. Agree with me, we haven't done any kind of transformation, but right now there is a transformation which is called as transpose. Okay, which is called as transpose in R. Okay, so what it will do is it will convert all the x-axis to y-axis and y-axis to x-axis. Okay, so I will show you how the visualization actually look. So what I will do is I will say DFS. So I'm just going to create another variable. I will say DFS is equal to, I will say transpose DF. Okay, what I'm actually doing here is I am storing the people's information in a variable called as df. Okay, then what I'm actually doing is I'm using this df inside this this function called as transpose. Okay, and I'm creating another variable called as dfs. Okay, so right now what is going to happen is if I'm going to say okay, so there are two variables that are going to pop up. There are two variables. Oh, extremely sorry. I think yes. There is a small mistake from my end. Okay, so I need to use double slash, but I have used only single slash, right? Okay. Now I have the double slash. Okay, now I will say load. Okay, now the loading will happen properly. I assume so. Let's see. Okay, yes, the loading was successful. Okay, right now I have this particular df. Okay, if you are able to see this df, okay, it is not been transposed. Okay, I will say refresh. Did I make any kind of mistake or something like that? I don't think so, but in a simple way that whenever you say transpose, it need to transpose. Maybe I have done some kind of issue or something like that. Okay, so here you will be able to get it, and you can do various types of transformations there as well. And then last but not the least, you can say load the data. So as soon as you say load the data will get loaded into Power BI. Simple, clean and clear, simple. Okay. So see here, there is evaluation process and there is connection which will be done. And this is also very, very similar to what I can say, the normal way how we load the data into R and Python. Okay, even these data sets, that is the R, the DF which we have got. So even though these are loaded from R, you can do various types of transformation on this. So see here, you will be able to see this particular data. You can see here as well. See here, you can actually see this here as well. And adding to that, you can also see these in this thing, what I can say, Power Query as well. Something like this, Power Query as well. See here, Power Query as well. I think I have some questions.
Akash, Sanmesh, do we have to use necessarily R and Python to upload data? If we want to use R and Python for data processing, or we can upload the data using regular insert Power BI, insert file, just like we learned
That's a good question. That's a good question. So as I've told you that, this is not something always desirable, because when I speak about R and Python, they also come up with some disadvantages as well. Okay. So I will also explain you what are the disadvantages and when to use R and Python. And if you are planning to use R and Python in your company, then what are the things that you need to keep in your mind? I will also speak on that particular thing within few minutes. But right now, what I was actually explaining you is, it is not ideal, or it is not also a standardized approach to use. But whenever you are facing any kind of issues, I repeat again, whenever you are facing any kind of issues, like to prepare the data or something like that, in that case, yes, you can take help of R and Python. Like I will give you one example. Let's assume you want to create a group by table, and you don't know how to create this group by table in R or Python. So in that case, what you can actually do, is you can take help of these scripting language. Like, in pandas, you have group by function. In R also, in R, we have a package called as dplyr. In dplyr, we have an option called as gg, what I can say, group by. So you can actually use these kind of functions. When you feel that Power Query is not able to help me, yes, see, Power Query is a really beautiful tool. Power Query can actually handle 90% of the transformation, but hardly there is hardly a very small scope that there is only something like 5 to 10% chance that it may not be possible in Power Query. In that case, you can actually use these R and Python. Hope I have answered your question. Okay, clean and clear. If you have any questions, I'm there to help you out. See, Rathod, you have actually asked a really beautiful question. I personally admit that. So there are various types of data types, my friend. I mean, there is float, there is string, there is, what I can say, there is Boolean. Okay, but there are various types of data types, but we are not here to understand or learn Python or R. Okay, what we are here to understand how we can actually integrate those things in this thing, what I can say, in our this thing, what I can say, Power BI. So that is the reason why I was actually helping you this particular thing. So even in this thing, what I can say, R also, we have various types of data types. Like we have something called as what I can say, integer. We have something called as what I can say, factors. We have something called as categories. So there are various types of data types as well. So we are not here to completely discuss on these scripting tools as of now. Okay, I'm just giving you a small idea how to use it. Okay, hope you are clear on this particular part, Rathod. Okay, so thank you very much, Rathod. I think I don't remember the guy who had actually asked me the previous question. I think it might be Sanjay. So hope you're clear on this particular part as well.
Sunit, it was Sunit.
Okay. Yes.
He's clear.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Okay. So what I was actually saying here is loading data in Power BI, you have understood. Loading data in Power BI, you have understood. Similarly, you have also some transformations. Okay, similarly, you also have some transformations which you can actually do. So here there is a variable called as dataset. Okay, so what I can actually do is, like, if I'm going to say dataset, okay, if I'm going to say dataset, I'll be able to load that particular dataset. Okay, so what I can actually do is I can say dataset is equal to, I can add some kind of transformation. I can say T. I don't know whether this will work. Okay. I can say T data sets, and I can actually load this. Let's see. Okay. So there is a bit of error or something like that. Data set holds the input. Okay, no worries. holds the input data for the script. Okay, data set is df1. Let me see df1. Let's see. Maybe the transpose function may not be working. Let me see. So let me open Power BI itself. Oh, sorry. Let me open R itself. Okay. Let me try to portray that particular thing. Okay. If it's working there, then it need to work here. Okay. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say df is equal to read.csv, and I'm going to provide the path. Okay. And .csv. I'm just going to say double slash. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I have the data set here. I'm just going to say df. Okay, sorry, say t and df. Yes, I'm able to transpose it out here. Okay, I'm able to transpose it out here, but I'm not able to transpose it out there. What I will do is I will say df1. Let me do this particular thing. Let's see. We will do a small transformation. Okay. So what I will do is now instead of this particular thing, what I will do is I will say data set. I will say data set. Okay, data set in bracket. I will say 1. Okay, so if I'm going to say data set in bracket 1, it will extract only the first column of the data. Okay, let me see whether it is going to work. Okay, there is an error again. Data set holds input data for the scripting. Okay, so let me see why this error is actually happening. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to put it out here. Solved so and so, merge the issue on output. Okay. I think I have to provide output. Let me see. I am not exactly sure on this particular thing. Let me see. Okay. Yep, I think it got confirmed. So I have something called as output now. So which is running, and so right now I'm getting the first column. So if I'll just replicate the same here. So here I have something called as df. Okay, instead of data, data set, I have used something called as df. So I have used this df, and instead of in this df, if I'm going to say df in bracket, in big bracket 1, it will provide me the first column. Okay, I will just print the df. So this is the df. This is the first column and this is the second column. In Python, people who know Python, this is going to be the 0th index and this is going to be the first index. Okay, similarly, so this is the indexing is a little bit different in R. Okay, I'm just going to say 2. So when I say 2, the second column, that is region. Okay, so here I have this particular output. So if I'm going to say 2 here, okay, instead of 1, if I'm going to say 2, okay, I will get my second column, that is going to be region. Okay, that is going to be region. It will just get loaded in few minutes. Yes, we have this region, which is east, west, east, central, south, something like this. So number 1, you have learned how to load the data using R. Similarly, you have also understood how to do any kind of specific transformations, okay, in what I can say, Power BI using R. And last but not the least, there are third and the last part, which is on visualization. Okay, before I start explaining you the visualization, I just want to ask you, do you have any questions related to these two things? That is loading the data into Power BI using a script, that is R and Python. And secondly, do you have any questions related to the transformation that we are going to do using R or Python? I'm there to help you out, guys.
Yeah, Sanjay here.
Yes, Sanjay.
Sanjay, to be very frank, see, since maybe you are doing this Power BI and everything in the coding, whatever you're writing, and that double inverted comma equal to single inverted comma, or maybe the bracket where we have to use. Seriously, as a finance guy, I need to understand where we have to use this bracket, double inverted comma equal.
I completely understand, Sanjay. I also respect that. Okay, so tomorrow, let's assume there is a new, a new team or an analytical team which is actually available in PanCan and Private Limited. So in that case, what really happens is your data analyst or business analyst, he may say, hey, we are comfortable doing all the transformations in either in Python or R or something like that. So in that case, if he or she had actually built any kind of analytical models, because there are hell amount of analytical models. There is cohort analysis, there is Pareto analysis, there is RFMC analysis. Okay, so there are numerous analytical models. So if there is a condition that the data preparation has been done on these scripting tools, and you want to get those scripting tools into Power BI or something like that, and if you feel that doing it on Power Query might be really difficult, in that case, I'm just helping you how to integrate it. Okay, so there might be a different guy who might be coding, but he will give you the code, and you just need to copy that code and dump it out here, and there is a process how to dump it. Okay, there is a process how to follow it. Okay, so I'm just helping you how to do these things in a structured way. I think I have answered you, Sanjay, isn't it?
Yeah. Still, for example, like apart from this Python and R,
yes,
we were mainly using this Power BI, and there also we are using some script like equal to. Then we'll have to put a space. Then we'll have to write something. Then again we'll have to put some space.
Yes, sir.
So, is there any specific? Do you have any guide for that? Like whenever we are writing something in Power BI, so we can use those script and everything during the coding or something.
Yes, sir. So when we speak about coding, so in Power BI, there is only one specific code which is actually available. That is DAX. Okay, so for DAX, I think I have shared you the link. Okay, so in that link, okay, you have all the basic standards how to use the coding and everything. So if you want to learn Python and what I can say R, there are open source what I can say documentations which are also available. There are books which are actually available. There are README documents. So this is one of the README document what I have actually shown you. Okay, so this is for the version 3.6.2. Okay, so this is the R documentation which is actually available, which is providing you the various information. What are the arguments it is going to take? What are the values it is going to take? Okay, what is the output it is going to happen? And they have also provided you a small example code chunk as well. Okay, so this is by DataCamp, by the way. Okay, so I'm just giving you a small idea here. Hope you are clear on this particular part, Sanjay.
Sangamesh, one more question. If we don't use this R and Python in our company, we don't have this anything method of analytical and all. So do we require this for Power BI still?
No, you can completely run Power BI without R and Python. So let's assume, there are also some disadvantages why people and organization do not use R and Python. There is a legitimate reason why people don't use it. Okay, I will also explain that. Before that, what I was actually saying is, R and Python are completely independent. So R and Python, they are completely independent from the Power BI. Okay. So it can only be helpful. I repeat again, it can be only be helpful when you are actually doing data transformation or data preparation on a different platform and want to get that particular code integration. So right now we have one, what I can say, Canadian client. Okay. He is majorly into cryptocurrency. Okay, he's a kind of trader who is into cryptocurrency. He approached us. He told that, hey, we have this calculations which we have done on Excel, and this is something which is actually making us good money in cryptocurrency. We want to have a stock screener. There is a thing called a stock screener. So he asked us to build a stock screener, and there he was actually saying that he's having various analytical data science models, okay, which he want to run, and he want to use it on Power BI. So we just had a check on the models as well. The models were quite simple, which hardly used to take something like 30 seconds or 1 minute to run the entire or provide you the whole output. So we were comfortable. We told, okay, this is good. I mean, we can actually integrate. So then we wrote the entire script in Power BI, and we dumped all the Excel preparation and the data science what I can say, models into Python itself. For those kind of things, yes, Python is very much essential. But 90% of the tasks, like let's assume you want vendor details, okay, and someone is actually providing you API keys or what I can say, a web source. So you can actually do data scraping using Python. So there are various tools, like there is something called as BS4, there is something called as Scrapy, there is something called as Selenium, which you can actually use to scrape the information, like how many vendors you have in the various what I can say, companies here in India, outside India, something like that. You can actually scrape the data. So after scraping the data, I repeat again, after you scrape the data, you can actually dump those data into Power BI. Okay, either it can be in Excel format. Okay, you dump it, you get it in Excel format and use that particular Excel, number one. Or else what you can also do is you can directly do scraping, like if you have Scrapy and Spider, which you have actually installed. In that case, there will be a schedule, right? There will be continuous dynamic scraping which will actually happen. So in those kind of things, you can also get those things in Power BI. You can actually make a models in Power Automate and get that particular Power Automate into Power BI. For all these things, a very basic amount of Python integration is actually required, and we are majorly speaking about how to integrate these scripts into Power BI in this session. Hope you are clear on this particular part.
Yes,
Any questions, guys? Any questions? Okay, so that is
we have one question from
yes.
Rathod.
Yes.
ये जो R और Python का प्रोग्रामिंग है, इस लाइक C और C++ के जैसा है क्या?
See, R is actually a wrapper on C itself. Okay, and even Python run, they have relationship with C, but if you want to run C, C script, okay, there are certain hacks that you can actually use. There are certain libraries which actually enable you to run C script inside Python. So you can do something like that. You can also run JavaScripts inside Python. These kind of hacks are actually available. Or there are also organizations who are actually converting or using Python as a wrapper on top of Java. Okay, so we have also seen those kind of people as well. So you can do these kind of crazy things in using the scripting language like R and Python. Rathod.
बट अगर हमारे पास बेसिक नॉलेज ही नहीं है प्रोग्रामिंग का, कैसे प्रोग्राम राइट करना है, तो ये कैसे समझ में आएगा हमें आर और पाइथन का?
इसका कोर्स करना पड़ेगा क्या हमको?
आपकी मर्जी सर, मतलब मेरा काम है आपको हेल्प करना। अगर आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एनालिटिकल मॉडल्स है तो उसको कैसे इंटीग्रेट करना, बिकॉज वी हैव अ स्ट्रक्चर्ड कोर्स। ओके, तो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए A to Z के लिए हम लोगों के लिए जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए चाहिए वो सब हम लोग शेड्यूल कर लेते हैं। Okay, so there are also organization, okay, who runs analytical models. For those kind of people, okay, these kind of things can be helpful. Okay, if there are also organization who use purely data visualization itself, like Excel से data दिखा दिया, something like that. Okay, so for those kind of people, even this Python or R is not useful. Or even people who are using SQL servers, SQL सर्वर से डेटा आ रहा है, पावर बीआई में विजुअलाइजेशन हो रहा है, कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है आर एंड पाइथन को बीच में लाने की. Okay, hope you're able to get it as well.
One more question, Sangamesh. We have some of the modules systems, we can say Microsoft Access. Okay. So there also something like programming in background people do in admin works. So from that point of view, is there any relation with this R and Python?
So Access is completely different. Access is a database, okay, and where you basically store your data. हाँ, database में कभी store procedures के लिए यहाँ वहाँ पे लोग scripting use कर लेते हैं, but apart from that, वहाँ पे scripts, Python scripts, R scripts मुझे उतना ज़्यादा पता नहीं है, but हाँ, अगर आप store procedure में कहीं यहाँ वहाँ पे आप कोई transformation के लिए स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज यूज कर सकते हैं. दैट स्क्रिप्टिंग इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. ओके, जो SSIS पार्ट में आता है, SQL सर्वर इंटीग्रेशन स्टूडियो और उन जैसी चीजों में, ODBC कनेक्शंस एंड ऑल दीस थिंग्स.
ओके, नो इशू. थैंक यू संगमेश.
जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ओके, so in this small 15-20 minutes conversation, what we have learned is एक R स्क्रिप्ट को कैसे पावर बीआई में लेके आ सकते हैं, एक R स्क्रिप्ट को यूज करके हम लोग कैसे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कर सकते हैं. सिमिलरली अगर ऐसा ही सेम चीज आपके साथ पावर बीआई पाइथन के साथ भी होगा, बट द रीजन व्हाई आई एम एक्चुअली रिफ्रेनिंग यूजिंग पाइथन इज बिकॉज there are lots of libraries which also need to be installed. So that's the reason I don't want to get into too much of nitty-gritties. Okay, इसीलिए मैं थोड़ा simple जा रहा हूँ. And adding to that, you also have an option to to do visualization using what I can say R. So here what I can actually do is, let's assume I want to create a small simple scatter plot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this sales, okay, and I am also going to use this profit. Where is this profit? Profit. I'm just going to drag this both and put it into what I can say this visualization. Right now I'm not able to see any of the visualization. Agree with me? Okay, I'm just going to click on this particular thing. Here there are specific information or instructions which have been provided. Okay, so here they are saying, okay, both the columns, that is sales and profit, are being used inside a this thing, what I can say, variable called as data set. So if I want to use a scatter plot, okay, I can say plot. Inside this I can say data set, okay, और यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे I just need to use something called as dollar, which is going to be a relationship. So if I want to say sales, I have to use, see here, I have to use data set dollar sales. Then, okay, similarly, if I want to use profit, I have to say data set dollar. See here, please make sure this. Okay, I have to say data set dollar. I have to say profit, something like this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just going to paste it out here. Okay, so if I'm going to run this, I will be able to, oh, extremely sorry. No, don't save. Okay, I can actually run this. I have an option called as run button here. I can just run this. There will be a plot which will be available here. Right now, this plot, okay, may look something different. Okay, you may actually say, "Arey, isme to ek hi dot hai," something like that. But if you're just going to go here and say, "Don't summarize," I repeat again. If you're going to say, "Don't summarize," something like this. Okay, if you say, "Don't summarize," what will actually happen is you will be able to see a perfect scatter plot. You will be able to see a perfect scatter plot. I think one of the variable is still, okay, this is don't summarize. Okay. Okay, this is also don't summarize. Okay. So now you are able to see the scatter plot. Now you are able to see the scatter plot. I will say discard. Okay. So this discard. You know, one of the most interesting part of this visualization is if I'm going to apply any kind of highlighting, like if I'm going to say Sangamesh. Okay, now here this visualization will completely get changed. I repeat again, this visualization will completely get changed. So if I'm going to click on Vijay, this visualization will completely get changed. See here. Similarly, if I'm going to say Rathod, okay, so this visualization will completely get changed again. Okay, hope you are able to get that particular part. So, but there is a disadvantage. Okay, so the disadvantage, I repeat again, the disadvantage of using R in Power BI is I cannot click on these visuals. For example, like if I want to see what is this particular this thing, what I can say variable, I cannot get the tooltip. Previously, hope you remember, if I'm going to hover on this, I used to get the tooltip. Here Ashwini is making something like 3,91,721. Agree with me, guys. Agree with me. But here if I'm going to hover, I'm not going to get anything. This is the first disadvantage of using R and Python into Power BI. Both are having the same problem. Second is related to the gateway. So for example, tomorrow, I will repeat again, this is very, very important. Tomorrow, if your team is planning to use R and Python into your system, you can use it. You need at least a pro license. I repeat again, at least you need a pro license. That is the first part. Second part, the resource will be used from your system, which basically mean, for example, if you are doing data refresh, I will give you one example. So let's assume you are doing data refresh and you are using a SQL server. And inside the SQL server, you have done a table preparation and transformation and all these things. What will actually happen is all the processing will be done in SQL server and you are just doing the visualization in Power BI. But if you are doing the same thing, if you are doing all the transformation in Python and doing the visualization, what will actually happen is this local server, that is your system, will consume its RAM, it consumes its primary memory, it consumes its secondary memory, and do all the processing on your system itself, and it will do the visualization in Power BI service and do the data refresh in Power BI service. In a simple way, if you are running this R and Python script tomorrow, please make sure that your system need to be on when you are doing the refresh, and the Python inside your system will be used to refresh the data. Second thing, please make sure this in your mind. Okay, so if you are also planning, to run something big analytical models, like you have you have data which is of something like 10 TB, 10 GB or something like that. So there are also something called as Spark. So there is also something called as PySpark, which is a big data environment Spark, wherein using PySpark you can actually run these R Py. There is an option where you can actually run this R script and Python script in Spark. Okay, so it is actually called as PySpark and Spark R. Okay, so you can actually use Spark and run this R and Python in big data environment and get the output and use it in this thing. So for that particular thing, here you have option for that as well. Okay, so here if you see more, so you here I don't know where you are. It is loading. Just give me some time. Okay, what happening? Okay, just give me some time, guys. Let's say discard. Okay, I got it. Okay, so here I have an option for Spark as well. So here that whole data processing will actually happen in Spark. If you have a really big data or something like that, in that you can run Spark models and get the output from Spark and get get it into Power BI. Even those options are also available. I'm just giving you a small structural help, so that going ahead, if you need any help, you can also adopt. Okay, hope you are clear on this particular part, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. So people can basically plot one small visualization. You can use the same script which I have actually used. I know people may not be well versed with coding and all, so I'm just going to provide the code. I'm just going to provide the code. You try to integrate that code into your Power BI. Okay, and if you are failing, or if you are facing any kind of difficulty or something like that, then I'm there to help you out. Okay, please try. First, try to configure your R into this thing, what I can say, Power BI. Then you run this small script which I have actually provided. So before running this script, please make sure, okay, you have to, I repeat again. Okay, before running the script, please make sure that you have to click on R, number one. This is the first thing that you have to do. Then you have to bring sales, and see here, you have to bring sales and profit. Where is profit? This sales and profit, like this. Here, now you can just paste this code. Now here you can just paste this code, something like this, and you can say run. The visualization will appear. So right now you are getting single dot. If you are going to say don't summarize, if you say don't summarize, okay, don't summarize, okay, you won't see that scatter, I mean single dot. Okay, so hope you are able to get it. How to run? Ashwini, can you share your screen? I'm there to help you out. There is a small icon here, Ashwini. You can just run this. You can just use this.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So there are much more, what I can say, options which are actually available. So everything is running inside your system. That's the reason, if you are going to click on this particular icon that is open in IDE, okay, there will be RStudio that will actually open right now. Yes, I'm able to see that RStudio at my first screen. I'm just going to bring this RStudio here. Okay, so now there is a small wrapper which has been created. There has been a small wrapper which has been created called as .r. And if you see this documents, in documents, you will be able to see this particular folder. Okay, I have this documents. In this, there need to be something called as Power BI, custom template, Python script. Okay, there is Python script, and I assume so it might be also R script as well. Win library, though there is a while library. Oh, there are libraries. No, I don't want to use. Okay, so I will just open Python scripts, I assume so. Is this the one? I don't know. No, this is empty. Okay, so what will actually happen is there will be a small folder that will be created, and there will be data set, data types that will be provided in that, and the resource will run from your documents itself, this particular folder. Okay, so if you are able to search that, you will be able to do that. Okay, so let me. Yes, sir.
Actually, after running that particular code, our graph showing some error, like can't see details.
Sure. Can you run your, extremely sorry, can you show your screen so that I'm able to help you?
Yes.
I think there is another chat as well. Let me see. Okay, that's good. Okay, so here there is a small error or mistake. So can you see, so there is something called as see details. Okay, on the visualization, can't display the visuals, see details. Can you click on see details, sir? Okay, so here there has been an error saying that error in plot. Okay, error in plot, figure margin too large. Okay, so it is saying the margin is too large, the visualization is too large. So that's the reason the visualization has been stopped. Why is this happening? Okay. So can we do something like this? Actually, this must not happen. Because you are using a very, so can you summarize the visualization? Can you say close? Can you say close? Can you click, can you go to values in your visualization? Let's see. Can you see values in your visualization? Come down. No. That is format, right? There in visualization, you have values, right? So can you click on that V icon? There is a V icon at your right side, right? Just beside close mark, V. Can you click there? Sir? Yes. So you have some. You can say don't summarize. Let's see how things go. Say don't summarize for both of them. Okay. So for second one, you also say don't summarize. Okay. So your code is absolutely fine. So you can say don't summarize. Click on don't summarize. So your code is absolutely fine.
Yes, click.
Okay. It's taking a bit of time. Let's see how things go. Ideally, it must not.
This code is.
Yes, sir.
Actually, in this coding, in editor, script editor, the profit is mentioned in first and sale in second. But the plot data set is sales first, then profit. Maybe this error.
No, nothing to be worried on that. See, so if you have the first column, second column, and if you're actually going to interchange, this will work clean and clear. Okay, so there is no issue with that. Okay. Okay, so I think it is the same error, I assume so. Okay, the code is absolutely correct. Okay. Okay, so can you go to your files and say options? Can you go to files and say options? Yes. Can you go to securities? No, privacy, I assume so. Yes, privacy.
Just a second.
No worries, sir. I'm there to help you out.
Privacy.
Yes. So we have a privacy level which has been set out correctly. So can you go to securities? Can you go to securities as well? Okay. Recommended. Okay, recommended is correct. Okay, security warning when adding visuals. Report. That is also shown security. That is fine. Okay, map is also. So use my default. So there is something called use my default web browser. You have to click that. So it is not related to R and Python. I'm just providing you the details. Okay. But maybe something else. Okay, because can you click on the code? Because it may say margin is too large. Execution wanted. Yes. Margin is too large means the in a simple way that the x-axis and the y-axis limit is too large. So that's the reason we are facing that particular issue. Okay.
Right. So we can extend this margin through the visual format.
Yes, it is possible, because when you have done say sum, okay, it will provide you only one value. When you had that problem, okay, with single value itself, that is something which is skeptical. Okay.
Right.
So what I will do is, Ashwini, so let's do something like this. Okay, I will take this consideration. Okay, and I will get back to you in our next session. Okay. Okay, so I remember there are two things. One is on the map that you face the issue. Second is this particular thing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So ideally the codes and everything are correct. Let's see how things go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ashwini. Thank you very much. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? So it's 5-5. Okay. So I just have a small request. So for our next session, okay, we need. Yes, someone is having some question, I assume. So Akash.
No, continue.
So the guys, for next session, we will require, a Power BI premium, this thing, what I can say, license. So what I'm actually requesting you is, if organization is going to provide a complete license, because for an organization it can be really difficult, because I will be showing something called as admin control. Okay, so admin control can be only available if you are going to get a private Power BI license, and try to get a trial version. The reason is, you are not going to spend anything from your pocket. Okay, so we will shut it down within something like 15 days or 20 days when you complete practicing Power BI.
Hello, Sangamesh.
Yes.
Currently, the version which we are using it is also trial, but we need a pro one, right?
Not, sir. It is not pro. It is premium, sir. It is premium.
Okay.
Premium, sir. Because we will be doing row level security.
We need pro one now.
Pro one is only used for loading the data and showing you. Okay, you can get pro version if you are comfortable enough. If you are comfortable enough, you can get pro version itself. I will showcase you how to use premium. Okay, there is only one or two features which are used for premium, like data flows and row level securities. I will teach them. Okay, when you have premium license in your organization, you can practice it. Okay, so that is it. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Because we need it in our next session. Because what we will do is we will create dashboards here in our Power BI, and we will publish that into service. So we will create. Okay. Yes.
Sangamesh.
Yes.
Can you share the link to download that trial version which we need in upcoming session?
No. Yes, sir. Yes, I will do that. Okay. So let me share my screen. Yes, as an individual. So there is a well-documented thing for this thing, what I can say, Power BI. I'm just sharing this on this thing, what I can say, WhatsApp. So here, your Gmail is not going to work, sir. Please make sure this. Okay, when you are actually going to sign up for Power BI, Gmail, Yahoo, okay, or any other specific emails which are open, they are not going to be used. They say that, if you have, what I can say, a company registered, this thing, what I can say, email ID, like if you have your own standalone domain, you can actually use it. So no worries. Okay, you can actually create your own domain in Microsoft. Okay, so that will be called as onmicrosoft.com. So I will show you my account as well. So I will say app.powerbi. Varun on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಡೀರಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗದೀನಿ. Okay, so here I have something called a Sangamesh case case analytic dot on microsoft.com. Can you see that? So you will also get an on microsoft.com license. Okay, so I have shared you the link. Okay, you can actually use that. If you are finding any difficulty or something like that, please try to ping me 3 days prior. That is Monday or Tuesday itself, you ping me that we tried to log in, we are not able to do that. We can actually have something like 30-minute session or something like that. I will show you one example. Okay.
Okay.
So for this, you need two things. One is either you need your debit card or credit card. Second is you need your PAN card as well as phone number. So these are the three information which is going to be asked. Okay, that you are going to provide it to the Microsoft. Okay.
PAN card and what details you said?
Debit card or credit card details.
For what purpose?
So they will just take that for authentication.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sangamesh.
Okay. Have a nice day.